Today I'll be having a tried and tested look at the Heyco West Germany ratchets and accessories.
Now, this here is a cat. A naughty cat that shouldn't be on there, but there we go. So we take a look at the tried and tested look at the Heyco West Germany 1/2 inch drive push through ratchet. Take a look there. And accessories, obviously. Now this has been has got a number on there, number 5001. Now I have seen these on eBay for about £30 to £40 second hand. Some of them have got the harder handle like this, and some of them have got is exactly the same ratchet but and exactly the same size head, but this is rubber and not hard. Obviously the more rubbery stuff might you know, age not as well as the hard handle. It might might split, or you know, if oil comes in contact with the rubbery surfaces, it tends to split and wear and things like that. So you know, and of course when you're using hand tools, especially ratchets, you're never going to come in contact with any oil, are you? You know, of course you are. So the hard handle like this might be the better buy if you can get it. Now I'm not sure about the head count. Maybe if I'll have a Google on online and see. It's not very tight. Obviously you can see by the size of the turns with each click, which are quite large. It's not very it's not minute in the way it turns, but it's a very good quality ratchet. Heyco is a very good German company. They do make Wiha, or Wiha as they like to pronounce its ratchets, and a lot of their ratchets can reach prices of about £130 odd, things like that. If you I've seen them for that price, so they're not cheap by any means. I mean, this is probably now a 1980s set, and they're still fetching £30 to £40, which is like the cost of decent brittle new brittle ratchets. So it's second hand, and like I said, it's quite a coarse head. Like I say, I'll try and Google that. It has been recently oiled, so I am getting a lot of oil over my fingers there. Obviously it's a different, you can see the oil there seeping out from under there. It's a different type of mechanism to the pear head what you're used to. It's the only way to keep it oiled, because like I've said before, it is a satin finish. All of the accessories are satin finish. I'm not too concerned over whether something's satin or whether it's polished. I do slightly prefer the polished. That is because satin stuff can pick up rust, even if it's a decent one. It can pick up rust easy, as you can see on the extension. There's a few specks that has appeared on the extension. They're probably wire brush off. The T-bar's not too bad. There's a few specks, but take a look at the T-bar there. There we go. So that's got the number number 5003. For the they're all chrome vanadium, German chrome vanadium. So it's all 1/2 inch drive, all 1/2 inch drive set now. This probably needs a little bit of a TLC, but that's why I generally don't prefer satin, because satin picks up surface rust more easily than polished or plated stuff does. You know, there's even a little bit of it on the bearing. That really won't make much difference. That'll come off as it's used again a little bit more. But yeah, it probably could do with a bit of the wire brush on the old Dremel on there. Have a look at the number. It does say number 5005 for this. You can see it comes as the set kind of thing, and there is a full set of sockets as well that it comes with. I just picked up one of the smaller ones and one of the larger ones. Don't want to carry the whole set because I've got them set up nicely on a magnetic strip. I don't want to remove them all. They are 12 point because years of use. This one probably needs a bit of a toothbrush or a pipe cleaner or something in there. You can see they are 12 point. This one's obviously an imperial one, 7/16 is it? Yeah, 7/16. So number 50. So they, you know, for the number 50 set. And then you can see Heyco again, chrome vanadium, made in West Germany. So Heyco, like Elora, Heyco is one of the prestige German tool companies, if you like. Like I say, they make all the socketry stuff for Wiha, or Wiha as they like to call it. And the prices are made in West Germany again. That's like they've lasted years. They do the job. Any tough half-inch, you know, stuff that you need to shift and move. Obviously, use them with other. Go on, you go and play. You can use them with other sockets. Other sockets with half-inch drive will fit on there. The bit that we're probably all more interested in is the push-through part. That obviously comes out. You've got a dual half-inch drive there, a dual head. Obviously that's been oiled, so that's a bit oily. And what happens is there's no switch, as you can see, or a turn switch on the top as most round heads have got. With these, obviously, to go one way like that, and when you want to go the other way, you turn it upside down and you push that. Oh, I pushed it too far. You push that through, and then it goes, and then you can go the other way then. So that's how they work. That's how they work. So if you ever lose the drive bit at the middle, a good thing to know is that they're all half-inch drive, and they all work the same way. So if you can say, if you pick one, you can't find one for this particular ratchet, you could get away with buying one for, say, an Elora push-through ratchet or another brand, because they're all half-inch and they all designed to fit into a half-inch square, and they all have to have the locator on either end for it to work in the same way. So you could just swap it for another half-inch bit just as easy like that. So that's something to know. Like I say, they are made out of chrome vanadium. This is early European chrome vanadium in this case, not no Far Eastern chrome vanadium. So this is the version of the ratchet with the hard plasticky handle. A few, you know, scratches on it, which is since the 80s, which is to be expected. It's relatively hard. It does take a beating, so it's not too bad. So the only thing with this set is the fact that you can see a little bit there as well, that satin expensive satin tools do pick up surface rust. Obviously it's more obvious on the one extension that comes with the set, although it's still perfectly usable. You could do with the wire brush on there. Do with the wire brush on there. Just to clean that up a bit. Although I'm concerned it might actually might damage the satin finish a bit as well. That's the only trouble. But you know, the sliding T-bar basically does exactly what you expect a sliding T-bar to do. Obviously satin finish again. You know, it's a reliable tool. It's the 1/2 inch drive ratchet that I use in the garage when I'm out in the garage, and the one I used for years anyway at home while my main toolbox was at work. So it's lasted long. It's more than served its purpose, so to speak. Been a decent set, still going. Obviously could probably do with just a cheap Taiwan or a Bergen pet 72 teeth head 1/2 inch drive in there as well now, just to go alongside it, you know what I mean, just to a slightly more modern one, you know, just to accompany it, so to speak. One with a slightly less impending head as well, so get into some tighter spaces more than likely in there, just a quick grab off the wall. But it still works, it still serves its purpose, obviously outside of the engine bay as well. So if you got some elevation, so like if you're using an extension or something like that, that coarse, the older coarse heads don't really tend to make much difference, because your ratchet's up, you know, and elevated with you've got the free arc of movement, so you're not limited to, you know, being boxed in an area like that where you can only move so many inches. So it's not that bad there. It doesn't really make much of a difference there in that situation. But that's the Heyco West Germany ratchets. Obviously they're like in the price range of you know, like the old Brittle and Snap-on and things like that, all the, you know, like the real prestige stuff. So their stuff now obviously does have some Far Eastern influence stuff, I've noticed, and a more budget oriented stuff. I think they all do, to kind of try and keep themselves afloat, unfortunately, but they still do make some top quality stuff as well these days.